Let's talk about Patrick Sandoval. The Angels left-hander worked his way into the rotation and has begun turning heads of late, but the big question is whether or not it's sustainable. The story with Sandoval starts with his changeup, which has an absurd 32.1% swinging strike rate, 142 expected batting average, and 206 expected slug. In fact, Sandoval has the highest swinging strike rate in baseball on his changeup. Against righties, the changeup is Sandoval's primary pitch and also his most often used two-strike pitch, which makes sense since it has a 55% whiff rate. However, against lefties, Sandoval goes to the slider as his main offering. Much like the changeup, the slider is also a plus swing and miss pitch with a 25% swinging strike rate and 42% CSW overall. This gives Sandoval 2+ pitches that he can use to batters of either handedness. Yet, Sandoval hasn't been going to the slider much against right-handed hitters, despite using the pitch more overall recently. Instead, on the season, he's opted to rely more on his sinker and four-seamer. He keeps both pitches up in the zone, which is generally positive, except that they both have been giving up lots of loud contact, and have barrel rates over 9.5%, and are also part of the reason Sandoval has a home run to fly ball ratio over 20%. StatCast suggests that Sandoval's release point differs from the changeup to the fastball, which you can also see in the spin direction graphic since the two pitches approach the plate at different trajectories, which is rare for a fastball and changeup and is perhaps tipping hitters off. Lately, Sandoval has begun dialing back on his four-seam and sinker usage in favor of more changeups and curveballs, especially to righties. On the surface, this seems like a good idea since the curve has a 37.5 CSW. However, most of that is on the back of a 33% called strike rate. In fact, the curve has allowed a 324 expected batting average and 440 expected slug. If we use the deserved ERA metric on Alex Chamberlain's pitch leaderboard, we can see that the changeup and slider have been Sandoval's only two good pitches. Since he changes his usage based on the handedness of the hitter, Sandoval really only has 1+ pitch he uses against each type of batter, which is not what we want to see. The presence of the changeup and slider will always make Sandoval intriguing. However, I think he'd be better off scrapping one of his fastballs and using the slider more against righties. Until we see noticeable shifts in his pitch mix or usage, I think Sandoval will end up as more of a high-level streamer in most league types.